Once upon a time, in a small village deep in the heart of Africa, there lived a young girl named Ugomma. She was known throughout the village for her wild spirit and adventurous nature. Despite her parents' warnings and the wise counsel of the village elders, Ugomma was always drawn to explore beyond the boundaries of her home. One sunny morning, while her parents were busy tending to their crops, Ugomma decided to be stubborn and venture into the deep forest. Ignoring all the warnings they have given her already, she skipped her way merrily into the forest. As she went deeper into the forest, everywhere became dark because the trees were preventing the sunlight from coming through. But Ugomma continued to go because she wanted to explore. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a hidden clearing where a magnificent tree stood tall and produced quite beautiful fruits. Intrigued by its beauty, Ugomma approached the tree and noticed that the branches of the tree were laden with ripe fruits unlike anyone she had ever seen. Unable to resist the temptation, she reached out and plucked the fruit from the lowest branch and she ate the fruit. After eating it, she suddenly felt a kind of sensation that made her uncomfortable. Her vision became blurry and the world around her seemed to spin. Panicked, she dropped the fruit on the ground and tried to run, but her legs refused to move. She had been cursed by the spirits of the forest. Just then, a voice echoed through the forest. Ugomma, it said, you have trespassed upon sacred ground. Your disobedience has brought you here, and for that you shall remain rooted to this spot until you will learn how to obey your elders. And so Ugomma found herself transformed into a tree. Her limbs were skyward and branches formed all over her body. After a couple of hours, her parents had not yet seen Ugomma in the village. They raised an alarm and the whole community went in to look for Ugomma. Eventually, they found Ugomma trapped in her woody prison in the forest and they cried bitterly. But through their tears, a miracle occurred. The spirit of the forest was moved by their tears and the newfound humility of Ugomma, and then it granted her release. With a gentle sigh, Ugomma's wooden form began to soften and shift until at last she stood once more in her human form. From that day, Ugomma heeded to the lessons of her elders. She became known for obedience and not being stubborn. She was also known for kindness as she would be seen helping the older people in the community in their farms. And although she never forgot about the ordeal that had befallen her, she always remembered that being obedient would be the most important thing she needed to succeed. And so, the tale of Ugomma, the disobedient girl who became wise, obedient and humble, would become the favorite tale of the villagers.